Today, I put my theory of credit to the test. 52 years old, you probably don't know me, my name is Martin, 52 years old. I have 16 years worth of retirement, but because of COVID, the $200,000 or $300,000 I may have had it in retirement has been decreased. So instead of taking, say, at the minimum $100,000 and putting it in a bank, and the bank interest being 5% and getting at least $5,000 back, now the interest the interest in the bank is at 1%. Now you get $1,000. So the difference between $5,000 and $1,000 is huge. My rent is about $1,650 for my house. I used to live in Yucca Valley. That's 3 months worth of rent, man. And that's just using the principal by head and not counting the tax breaks I would get. Now, because of COVID, interest has been decreased down to 1%. So now I'm looking for ways to find ways to make money. And then I found out yesterday that my current company is closing down the office for 3 weeks. So you can't go into the office at all. So finally, I overcame my fear of getting credit, and I decided, hey, Citibank sent me this application. See, Citibank, they said, hey, Martin, I want to give you some money. And Grant Cardone has been talking about credit. I don't remember the reason I feared credit was because I had a couple of duplexes. I owned a couple of duplexes, and I also owned a house. And you're thinking, I have like these loans for $200,000 and $300,000 and another loan for $100,000. But for the house, they only wanted $300. That's it, $300. I had a house, I could possibly rent it out. Mistake was I rented it to a family person, and they screwed it up, and they didn't want to pay $300, man. It's in the hood, and they didn't want to pay. She took me on a tour for 2 hours, gave me $120. Makes a mistake you make with debt. Debt is easy. What it is can you get the cash flow to support the debt? And then say I had 2 duplexes, and I thought, okay, I'll do all type of renovations and stuff, and I'll increase the rent and make all that money. Mistake number 2. Now, if I was smart with the duplexes, I would have just got some Section 8, let this current tenant stay in it, not raise the rent, but also not do any type of repairs, do nothing. Should have just been a slumlord. Or case number 2, I was trying to get a Section 8 renter in there. It's like, because I lived in 385 East 116th place. And, I knew black people that were Section 8. There was an apartment across from where my grandmother lived, Section 8 and stuff. But I didn't know the person who owned that apartment complex was smart. Make the government pay, especially during you ever have a crisis like COVID, where they're going to say, hey, you can stay in the house for free, hey, till January 31st. Well, my tenant started like 8 years before COVID hit, if you know what I mean. They just said, hey, this black man, they gonna pay him nothing. And that was a disaster, and then I lost it. So I was like, okay. Been down and out for the past 3 years. Been listening to Grant Cardone, how he used credit to get the apartments. But so much he got the apartment, he had to get enough cash flow to support the debt. That's what debt is supposed to give you an edge. And the problem what people have with debt, which you should be scared of debt, is you can't get the cash flow, which I think I think you can almost charge off $30,000 or $40,000. I think so. Today, I made $8,200 in 3 minutes. All I did, I made more money opening up a Citibank line of credit than I did trying to play the Mega Millions, trying to win millions of dollars. That's $8,200. So what is that? What would that be? Almost more than LeBron is making. Now I've got to take that credit and do something smart with it to get return on investment. But for now, $8,200, man. 3 weeks out of work. $8,200 right now would be 6 months worth of rent for me if I took out the cash. I have one for Discovery for 10. I have one for $8,200. I have American Express for another 10. Man, almost got the down payment. I want to buy a Land Rover. I almost have a down payment for a Land Rover, man. Jeez, open up a few more credit cards. I say, oh, Mr. Morris, you open up way too many credit cards. You got one for $8,200, one for $10,000. All we can give you is $3,000. Okay. Now the problem is, you got to take that credit and do something smart with it. Can't go buy a car. Don't buy a car right now, man. I'm in California, especially California. Car is about as dumb as you having a dog in an apartment complex. And here's another one. If you have a dog, Why would you walk your dog if you had a backyard for the dog to shit and piss in? Something to think about. But today, let me know. Subscribe, comment, like. I just gave you some valuable information. I just told you. Using credit can be to your advantage if you know what to do with it. So subscribe to this channel. Share. My name's Negative M. Martin. I have an MBA from University of San Francisco. I have a BS from University of California, Davis. And you know what it means right now? Not a damn thing with 12 and 20 million people out of work. Don't mean shit. Now, if I had an MBA in gambling, which that's going to be the newest rave and the new gold rush in 2021, now you're talking to me. But for that, I just wanted to learn a bit about credit. Finally, at 52, I understand the power of credit. Can't use credit as I did when I was at UC Davis, buying a Gucci watch, buying clothes. You need to take that money, especially during this COVID time. I call this the Phoenix. I got to take that money and look for the best investments to get that cash flow back. So let me know what you think. Subscribe. Join this channel. Negative M is my name. I want to help you with this money, man. This is the time. Get that money going. Get that right. But today, $8,200 in 2 minutes. Can you beat that? Subscribe to this channel. We're going to get 100,000 subscribers. You want to stay informed, learn how to make extra money, learn some of my tips on how to pay off your car loan faster. But for now, $8,200 in 2 minutes? Come on, man. Don't you want to learn how to do that?